Guys, I'm a big fan of what I like to call PDWs, and these are kind of full-size firearms that are in the pistol category. And so they're very compact, very easy to use, and typically they're in pistol caliber, but they can be in larger calibers as well. And one of my favorites is the Stribog, mainly because it's just a very robustly built firearm. I mean, these were made for the Slovakian military as full automatic machine guns. Of course, they're importing the semi-automatic versions, and they're just built like tanks. But also, the price is considerably less than most of your other options that are out on the market. But one of the things that's kind of plagued the Stribog is its magazines. Now, for me personally, I have not had any problems with the originals all the way up until the new ones. And so today we're going to take a look at the curved magazine. And honestly, I think this is a big upgrade regardless of the functionality. And there's some reasons why. We're going to talk about it. We're going to take it out and just shoot it. And this is going to be a quick video. I just wanted to kind of bring in for all you guys that like the Stribog. And I've done a number of reviews, so I felt like that it was important to give you guys a heads up that the curved magazines are here and we're going to check them out. And we really appreciate the guys over at Gunzonedeals for sending these magazines for the test, but also for sending the original Stribog and introducing me to this really cool system. Again, this thing is built like a tank. Stribog comes in a very small package. It's one of the things I love about it. It's all metal on the top. I mean, this is aluminum. Of course, the bolt is really heavy. I mean, it's built very strong. We have a polymer frame at the bottom. And then we have a collapsible stock with one of the Gearhead Works tail hooks, which this is a pistol configuration. Then on top we have one of the primary arms, SLX Micros. This is one of the best little red dots out on the market. And this is the Stribog SP9A3, which has the delayed roller lock system. It just softens the recoil, especially with blowback actions. And even with the SP9A1, these magazines are going to be interchangeable. Now first we came out with the standard Stribog mags. They're all polymer, and they actually came out with different capacities. But one of the things about these mags, they tended to have a little bit of issue in some places. I've not had any problems with these mags. But once they upped it to the stainless reinforced top cover on the magazine, this just gave the magazine a lot more strength, a lot more rigidity, and so it seemed to work better. We even did a test on these mags. In fact, we did a 2,000 round test with these mags. And they functioned. We didn't have any issues with them. But again, guys, there are some issues out there. Even Global Ordnance, who imports the mags, have acknowledged that there were some issues. A lot of it was with the springs were getting bound up in here, and they would hold the rounds back a little bit. And so that was one of the issues. Another issue was the round actually went in behind the bolt. Sometimes if it was a certain way you were pulling back the bolt. They fixed that. They took care of it. And again, I've not had that problem, but there are problems out there. Now they have the mags that are curved. The biggest thing for me about this mag is that it's easier to load. It's one of the things about these straight mags is when you got down to about 20 rounds, it was a bear to load these magazines. And with these curved mags, they're much easier to load. The rounds kind of go into a curved dimension. And the great thing is these are translucent, so you can kind of see the ammunition as it goes down. But we wanted to test these out to see how they were functioning and just to make sure that these were up to par. They went away with, again, the reinforced steel on the top. But these seem to hold up well, and there's a ton of different magazines out there that are this same configuration. And so we're going to take these out, we're going to shoot a bunch of ammo through it, just do some testing, and just see how they function. Now for the shooting test, we mainly shot Fiocchi 115 grain full metal jacket. But we did have some Freedom Munitions jacketed hollow points. I believe they were 124 grain. And we wanted to test that out. All right, guys, this is the first shots with the curved magazines. We're just going to shoot some ball ammo first just to try it out. And then we're going to move up to some hollow points. Good to go. Now we're going to try some jacketed hollow points, and these are Freedom Munitions 124 grain. Now you're not really going to be shooting a lot of jacketed hollow points out of your Stribog. It's really made for full metal jacket. But we just wanted to do some testing to see how it would do. I mean, you might want that initial magazine. But the original day we went out, I just had a box of ammunition, just wanted to shoot through it, just to test it out. And so far it was just shooting really well. You know, even rapid fire, just shooting it, I mean, it just ran. And honestly, again, guys, this is what I've experienced from the beginning. Then we took it out with about 500 rounds and then about 100 rounds of jacketed hollow points. And we didn't have any issues. I mean, it just functioned. You know, we shot it in a lot of different ways, just trying to get some, really trying to invoke some kind of malfunction if it was going to. With the curved magazine, seemed just to feed really well. Seems to kind of take care of a lot of the problems that Stribog has been plagued with their magazines. But again, guys, I have not had that issue. But I do like the loading feature of these magazines. They're so much easier to load than the originals. And to me, that is worth it just for the curved magazine, for the whole new design, to make these more easy to load. But guys, again, shot 500 rounds, not a hiccup. The Slx Prism Scope from Primary Arms with the ACSS reticle is one of the coolest optics out there. I mean, it's just a beautiful optic. Very well molded and designed, and of course the ACSS reticle is excellent. It's one of my favorite combat reticles. And then you have the illumination, so you're able to see very well, be able to pick it up. But the Stribog does have the backup sights, which makes it really easy to be able to pop those up, but then you can stow them away if you don't want to have them out there. Of course, the initial shooting we were using the iron sights. But any chance I get to grab that SLX micro and get it out to the range, I like it. But guys, all I can tell you was at the end, we just shot again about 600 rounds, and then we had another box, so about 650, without any kind of malfunctions. And so I think that these curved magazines are a great way to go with your Stribog. Now there was a recall on the SP9A3, and you might want to go to Global Ordnance and see if your firearm actually applies to that recall. The first one I had, I did send it in, and so this is a completely up to par SP9A3. But honestly, I didn't have any problems with the original. I still have my SP9A1. I still have the SP9A1 Gen 2, which there were some upgrades made to it. And honestly, overall, we have had great experience with the Stribog. And again, the price is really much lower than most of your options that are out there. But guys, honestly, for us, we just haven't had any problems with these. The reinforced steel feed lips, I mean, this is just a nice upgrade. Didn't really have any problems with those either. And then the curved mags. The reason why that I'm so stoked on the curved mags is just, again, it's easy to load. But, you know, definitely there's some upgrades to this that are going to make this more reliable. So I highly recommend getting those curved mags. For your primary mags, if you want to have some extras and you have some of these already, don't throw them out unless you're just having a lot of problems with them, because for me, they still function. And again, we do appreciate Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo. Makes it a lot easier to do these tests when we have this ammo, especially with the prices right now. And these magazines are available at Gunzonedeals. I think they're $29.99, so very reasonably priced. They do make a lower that you can attach to the upper of your Stribog that'll take CZ Evo 3 mags. But to me, that's just a big expense for really not a lot of advantage, especially now that they have the curved magazines. And the great thing is about these little PDWs is that Global Ordnance stands behind it, and they are the importers of the Grand Power Stribog. Guys, I'm just a big fan. I love the Stribog system. I like how robust it is. It's built like a tank, as I've said a number of times, because it is. It's just a very solid system. But it's really great to see that they are responsive, and any kind of issues that are being found are being taken care of. And so that's a big plus for Stribog, Global Ordnance, and Gunzonedeals And again, we really do appreciate Gunzonedeals for sending the mags for the test, and also just introducing us really to the Stribog. Rubber Dummies is one of the best training tools on the market, and you get a 10% discount using Suit00 when you click the link down in the description. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America, long live the Republic. Magazines are really the way. Not rifles, but yet pistols of a that these curved magazines that